Building what I wanna, innovate what I'm gonna. You can hate all you wanna, but you're still in your pajama. Now I ain't a prima donna, but I built what I wanna. You can say my vision's wrong, the tune of my song. Broke my thumb, banging to my own drum. Broke my thumb, banging to my own drum. Broke my thumb, banging to my own drum. Hootin' and clapping, boots I am a strapping, a click click clacking. Hurrah! Bootstrapping in America. Yeah, bootstrapping in America.
Thomas, we're back, my friend. Bootstrapping in America.
Very nice. LMK Technologies. Larry Keist in the house. How are you, Larry?
Very good. Thank
Welcome
you.
to Taste of Trade.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for making the trip in.
Yes.
It was long.
That's what I heard.
What was going on this morning? Traffic or just...
A little bit of traffic on 55, yes.
Oh, okay. Do you come to Chicago a lot?
I do.
Oh, okay. I got to think a lot of your business has got to be around here. So give us, I don't think many people have heard of LMK Technologies, and so give us kind of the Reader's Digest version.
And Larry, if you're going to be looking at Tom, just think about it. Guy's never picked up a hammer in his entire life. So you have to talk slow to him. He's not used to like manly type tools. But
I got people for that, Larry. I got people, okay.
Well, LMK Technologies is a technology-based company. And we manufacture, we have a division, our LMK Fabrication. So at the fabrication facility, we manufacture what we call lining trucks, robots, cameras, and all the support equipment necessary to install the product. The product is manufactured in the lining manufacturing facility. And these are products that are called cured in place pipe. So it's a new pipe cured in place within the existing old pipe. Some of these pipes are 100 years old. So we're breathing new life into the old pipe. We accomplish this without any excavation whatsoever.
I've got some pipes that are about 50 years old that may need that lining. How are we doing for personal use? Or it's not quite ready yet.
We'll get you a deal.
Okay.
Are you talking about a stent? Like
It is. It's like a angioplast.
Yes. For municipalities.
That's right.
So it sounds to me that you're in a space that is incredibly unsexy, yet it is incredibly necessary. I mean, I don't even know like where to start competition-wise, but is LMK Technologies, like what separates you from either somebody else that's out there, or what separates you? Why don't you have all the business? I'm just curious. I don't know the space.
Well, it's still a young industry, and it's drastically growing.
Would you call it infrastructure repair?
Infrastructure repair, absolutely. Okay. And you know what's really unique about our technology is we have the capability to not only renew the structural component of the pipe, but to make it watertight. We incorporate gaskets in our lining just like a new pipe utilizes gaskets to keep the joints sealed. It's really important to prevent groundwater from infiltrating into the sewer pipes.
So is the key because you don't have to dig up? You just go in from some entry spot. I don't know what that means, like from some sewer. Yeah, right, or some entry spot. But you don't have to. You're not digging up rolls and stuff.
No digging whatsoever.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
So the city of Chicago must hate you, right? Because it takes about 15 people to dig a hole in the city of Chicago. One guy digs it, 14 guys watch. The whole joke. Is this true?
Well, I think they really like us because we're going to help them. Yeah, I know. I know.
So, all right. How does one get into this business? Like, how did you start? Like, I don't know your history. How did you start?
Well, I started when I was 17 years old. My father sent me down to the local union hall and said, "Get to work." I followed my father.
What did your father do?
Plumber. I followed
plumber,
my father, my grandfather, and great uncle into the plumbing business.
Okay. So Keist Plumbing, right? Something to that effect.
Sure.
So they're all in the plumbing business. So you have a lot of dinner talk, table talk about how to fix pipes.
Yes, we do. That's true.
I wish I had learned that because God, am I bad at fixing pipes. But so you're fixing pipes. You think that there's got to be something better than there's got to be more to this. There's got to be a bigger picture. Is that how it went? Kind of is that your background?
I come from the small town, Ottawa, Illinois. Ottawa is and we're about 63 miles straight down the road, about, let's say 30 to 40 miles west of Joliet.
Okay.
Right. Interstate 80 runs right through our town.
Yeah.
Ottawa is the silica sand capital of the world. U.S. silica, Wedren silica, they ship sand out of there 724. Frac sand. I believe the glass in the John Hancock building came from the plants in Ottawa.
Okay.
Why is that important? The old sewers built in the 1800s, they were formed using steam shovels and dynamite. So you have these large trenches, some 20 feet deep. They put the pipe in. Now you need to fill the trench. Well, what do you think? We call it trench backfill. It was the silica sand. It started out as sandstone, but when it was excavated, it turned into powder like sand. So that's what went back into the trench. Years go by, and the pipes end up breaking. They have defects.
Sure.
Old mortar that connected the pipes that deteriorates and crumbles. Now there's these breaches in the pipe. So you've seen how an hourglass lets silica sand flow through. The same thing happened in our pipes. So you have these old streets with brick pavers, and what was forming underneath nobody knew, out of sight, out of mind, until the whole road would cave in or collapse, and you'd have a hole large enough to fit a couple of school buses in. It's a big problem. So my father and I in the early 80s, we started digging the yard where it was shallower. We started pushing smaller pipes inside of larger pipes, and that was our first introduction. And the technology just grew from there.
So you went from being essentially some kind of a municipal plumbing company to being a technology company.
That's correct.
And so your first introduction to robots, electronic eyes, everything else, all just came as kind of a natural progression, just evolved.
That came much later. In 1991, I attended my first trenchless technology show in Kansas City. And I walked in and seen all this cool technology, and I was like, whoa. So who are your customers now? Like the city of Chicago, just the state of Illinois, just any municipality. Are they global yet, or are they national? It is pretty much global. I've been as far as Israel, Argentina. We have customers, Denmark, Germany.
What do you do? Send a team over?
We do. We send a team over to support local contractors and local municipalities. We have a great set of licensed contractors in Canada, all throughout Canada. So it's a big business in Canada for us as well.
So it sounds to me that since infrastructure needs are basically unlimited, they're never going to stop. I mean, it's not possible to ever catch up, right?
Not in my lifetime.
That's
for
right.
sure.
so you've got you essentially have a built-in customer for life. I mean, which is just this huge rotation of just crazy needs. Does a lot of it come down to funding, or is this just a necessity?
It's both. Funding is definitely a necessity. However, some municipalities don't really have an option. Some municipalities are under federal court order to fix their pipes because of the groundwater that's infiltrating into the pipe.
It's just a risk.
Well, it's a health issue.
Yeah.
It's a definite health issue.
So how do you like running a company now with, just under 100 employees, that's growing? Obviously, you must be in some growth spurt right now. Getting to be more fun or less fun?
It's more fun. I still, and I hope that never changes, but I still know every person's name, first name, and a very close-knit operation. I do have a company in Fort Lauderdale, which is a construction company, about 30 employees there. So they're a customer of the Ottawa-based LMK Technologies.
Very cool. So how do you take it to the next level?
Our biggest challenge, our largest challenge, is educating the customers, which is really the specifying engineers.
Is it even possible?
It is, but it takes time. And it's not something that I can do alone, or even our employees.
Right.
It's a much grander opportunity.
Because I would think the municipalities have a hard time keeping, it's not so much that they can't learn it. I'm sure that's the easy part. The hard part's keeping the domain experts on staff.
That's correct. People come and go.
Right.
You're starting over constantly.
That's right. So you're always dealing with somebody new that you got to spend all that time, teaching again.
There are great organizations out there that help with the education. NASTT, North American Society of Trenchless Technology, a great organization. NASCO, which is the National Association of Sewer Service Companies. These companies, or these organizations, and there's many others also, they have a lot of technical paper sessions and conferences where you can go and learn and get continued education, which is really important.
Do you think sometimes, do you like being kind of, one of those companies that's ridiculously successful that nobody's ever heard of? Like, is that the fun part?
It's fun, but at heart, I'm just a simple plumber. So
how was it making the transition from being a plumber, your father's a plumber, you're a plumber, and now you're doing plumbing, but you're doing it in a totally different way. I mean, it's
Yeah,
much
I'm
more
definitely not
sophisticated.
working on toilets anymore
You're
or
not, you're
someone's
not picking
kitchen
up a
faucet.
shovel, right?
That's
I mean,
right, that's right.
Because we got some work you can do before you leave here today. I'm just telling you right now. We got a big toilet issue here. Maybe you know, he's an expert, Tony. We can consult
You
for
can help
sure.
us, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like riding a bicycle. You don't forget, that's for sure.
65 employees, 2 toilets. It's a little bit of an issue. Yeah.
So in your own home, if you have an issue, are you taking care of that, or are you calling in the big guns?
I do take care of it. My wife says it seems like that all of our needs come last, though.
Of course.
So, you know.
Of course.
always the way it is, sure.
Of course. That's an absolute no-brainer. Yeah. So you're here today because we're trying to expand. We're trying to expand our reach into really amazing, Illinois and Chicago area companies that have changed a domain, that have changed a space, and obviously, making things easier. Is it cheaper, too?
That's relative. Sometimes it's way cheaper. For example, some repairs, depending on the location, could you imagine what it would cost to dig something on Michigan Avenue?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we would be a fraction of the cost. Then let's move to a residential area.
Not just that, the businesses involved on Michigan Avenue
Absolutely.
or any other place like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
the revenue.
Well, who all shares in that cost?
Sure,
You're right.
we all do.
Disruption, traffic control, it's a big problem. Let's move to a residential area. You have a cul-de-sac at the end, you're not a big deal. But you also not only look at disruption for the homeowners, but also speed. Our technology can renew a pipe in 1 hour's time. A typical crew, 5-man crew, can renew 5 homes or 5 pipes for 5 homes in a day's time. That's pretty quick. You can never go out and excavate and do it that quickly.
Do you leave cameras in there?
During the work, we do.
No, but do you leave them in there afterwards to
No.
see? Oh, okay. I was just curious because I got a feeling that someday you're going to have a camera everywhere. So you're like, can you turn that camera on, please? Can you turn that camera on? Just every single place. I don't even.
That's
we were
right.
talking about it.
See where future issues are going to be.
Yeah, we were talking about it this morning. There was a piece of luggage that somebody had just designed that had, all this Bluetooth technology built into the luggage. So I'm surprised that there's already not technology built into these pipes, which maybe not cameras, but essentially say, oh, here we got, Houston, we've got a problem type thing. And you're monitoring them, but that's not monitoring these pipes is not part of your business yet, is it?
There's routine monitoring that goes on. So you have the manholes for the main pipes, and for the lateral pipes to your house, there's what's called a clean out. It's a cap out near the sidewalk. You remove that
Gives you
cap.
access.
Yep, that's right. It gives you access. You can insert the camera. The camera is just it's a small camera with lights in the front and the back of a fiberglass push rod. So you can just push it on down. There's a little monitor. You're looking as you're pushing, just like the doctors do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my next step. Larry, this is a really fun discussion because it's a business. Clearly we've never had anybody on with this kind of technology or this kind of a business, and it's like I said earlier.
You didn't think plumbing would be something that's nominated for like an innovation award? You know what I mean? Like what nothing's changed, at least for the consumer side. It doesn't look like much has changed in the last 50 years that I've been alive in plumbing. But yet here you are with a chance at innovation award. It's pretty cool.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for your trip in. I know it took a while, but there's a lot of viewers out there now that are a lot more clear of the concept, myself included, than we were previously about kind of some of the stuff that goes on for infrastructure, repair, and I guess whatever the future looks like. So it's great to meet you.
You too. Thanks, guys.
Good job, Larry. We can take a quick break. We'll come back in about 3 minutes. We got good trade, bad trade next.